Hello students, welcome to next lecture for field theory. In last lecture, we studied the algebraically closed field, then algebraic closure of a field. There is one result based on the algebraically closed field. That is the lemma, and the lemma is given by F be a field and sigma from F to L be an embedding of F into algebraically closed field L. Given that L is algebraically closed, therefore there does not exist any proper algebraic extension for the field L. If there exists such extension, then that coincides with the field L again. Sigma from F to L be an embedding of F into L means sigma is 1-1 homomorphism from the field F to the field L. Embedding means 1-1 homomorphism. Next thing is, let E equal to F of alpha. The field E is formed by adjoining alpha element to the field F. This is the finite extension of field F generated by a single element alpha. Therefore, F of alpha or the field E is an algebraic extension of the field F. F of alpha, given that F of alpha is an algebraic extension of F, then sigma can be extended to. We know the extended mapping. F is a mapping from set A to set B, and A is subset of set B, set C suppose. Then the mapping defined by G from the set C to the set B is called as extended mapping, where domain of this function here is subset of domain of function G, and the codomain are same. Then we say that G is extension of F. Here sigma is extended. Sigma can be extended to an embedding eta from E to L. Sigma is a mapping from F to L and eta is a mapping from E to L, where F is contained in field E. Field F is subfield of field E because E is formed by adjoining one new element, namely alpha, to the field F. Therefore, eta is an extended embedding of sigma, and number of such extensions is equal to number of distinct roots of the minimal polynomial of alpha. We know the minimal polynomial of alpha. This example we have taken, root 2 belongs to this field Q root 2, which is the extension of the field Q. This is algebraic extension because this is finite extension, or for every element of Q root 2, there exists a non-constant polynomial over Q. Root 2 belongs to this field, and the polynomial x square minus 2 belongs to Qx is the polynomial of least degree, which is irreducible over Q, and this polynomial has root 2 belongs to the extension field of Q. Therefore, x square minus 2 is called as a minimal polynomial for root 2 over Q because polynomial has coefficients from field Q. These eta embeddings are equal to the number of distinct roots of minimal polynomial of alpha. For that, we have to consider the minimal polynomial of alpha first. Consider any one of the polynomial of finite degree, say n, because if polynomial is of finite degree, then only we can count its roots. Proof: let Px is equal to a0 plus a1x plus an minus 1 x raised to n minus 1 plus x raised to n. Minimal polynomial is the polynomial which is monic and irreducible. Therefore, its leading coefficient should be 1. Coefficient of x raised to n is 1 here. This be a minimal polynomial for element alpha over F. Given that sigma is an embedding from F to L, then we can find sigma of Px. Sigma of Px belongs to the field Lx. Because Px is a polynomial over the field F, this polynomial belongs to Fx. Its image under the mapping sigma is in Lx, and it is given by sigma of Px is equal to sigma of A0 plus A1x plus x raised to n, which is equal to, given that sigma is an embedding, therefore it is 1-1 homomorphism, separate sigma to each term of addition, sigma of A0 plus sigma of A1x plus sigma of x raised to n. Sigma is an embedding from the field F to L. Sigma only displaces the elements of F, not the variable x. Therefore, sigma of x to the power k is same as x raised to k. This is equal to sigma of A0 plus sigma of A1 into sigma of x is x plus sigma of x raised to n is x raised to n. This sigma of Px belongs to Lx. Px is a minimal polynomial for element alpha over F. Being minimal, it is irreducible over the field F, and if the polynomial is irreducible over the given field, then there exists an extension of that field in which the polynomial has root. We know the polynomial Px has root alpha, and Px is irreducible in F, hence we get an extension of field F given by f of alpha. Let f of alpha, and it is denoted by the symbol E in the lemma, be an algebraic extension of the field F, because it is a finite extension and hence it is an algebraic extension. But the degree of minimal polynomial for alpha is n. Therefore, the degree of extension of field E over the field F is equal to the degree of minimal polynomial for alpha. But the degree of minimal polynomial for alpha is Px, and its degree is n. Therefore, this extension has degree n. This implies there are n number of bases for E to be vector space over F, and are given by 1 alpha, alpha square, alpha raised to n minus 1 are bases for the field f of alpha or the field E over F. Hence, any element of the field E or f of alpha is written uniquely as. Therefore, any element of the field f of alpha is written uniquely as a linear combination of basis elements for f of alpha over f. But the basis elements are these n numbers. B0 plus B1 alpha plus Bn minus 1 alpha, where B0, B1, Bn minus 1 belongs to the field F, because we are considering f of alpha as a vector space over here, and the basis for f of alpha are given by these n elements. Therefore, any element of f of alpha is written in this form, where the coefficients of the linear combination B0, B1 up to Bn minus 1 belongs to the field if beta is a root of the polynomial sigma of px in L, then define one mapping eta from f of alpha to L by eta of the element of f of alpha is of this form. Consider that element b0 plus b1 alpha plus bn minus 1 alpha raised to n minus 1. It is defined by sigma of b0 plus sigma of b1 into beta plus sigma of bn minus 1 into beta raised to n minus 1, where all the elements of the field F, namely b0, b1 up to bn minus 1, are mapped by eta to sigma of b0, sigma of b1. The elements eta of bn minus 1 is mapped as sigma of bn minus 1, and the element of the field f of alpha, say alpha, and its powers are mapped like this. Eta of alpha raised to k is equal to beta raised to k, where alpha is root of the minimal polynomial px and beta is the root of its image sigma of p of x. Sigma of px has root beta in L, while alpha is root of the polynomial px. Hence, we are mapping the powers of alpha by eta to the root of the polynomial sigma of px, to the powers of the root of the polynomial sigma of px. Then this mapping is well defined because we know the polynomial px and its image under sigma, sigma of px has a root beta, hence this is a well defined mapping. Now to show that this is homomorphism, consider two polynomials from the field f of alpha, eta of b0 plus b1 alpha plus bn minus 1 alpha raised to n minus 1. This is one polynomial, plus c0 plus c1 alpha plus cn minus 1 alpha raised to n minus 1. This is another polynomial. Now, adding these polynomials, eta of b0 plus c0 plus b1 alpha plus c1 alpha. We can take alpha as a common from these two terms, and the term will be b1 plus c1 into alpha plus the last term is bn minus 1 plus cn minus 1 into alpha raised to n minus 1. Applying eta to this polynomial by using this rule, this is equal to eta of b0 plus c0, but eta of b0 is defined by sigma of b0. Therefore, eta of b0 plus c0 is sigma of b0 plus c0 plus eta of b1 plus c1 by this rule. Eta of b1 is sigma of b1. Therefore, eta of b1 plus c1 is sigma of b1 plus c1 into beta to the power 1, because alpha has power 1 here, plus this term will be sigma of bn minus 1 plus cn minus 1 into beta raised to n minus 1. We can write this as, because sigma is homomorphism, sigma is an embedding from the field F to the field L, and we are mapping the field elements of the field F. Therefore, this is written as sigma of b0 plus sigma of c0 plus sigma of b1 plus sigma of c1 into beta plus sigma of bn minus 1 plus sigma of cn minus 1 into beta raised to n minus 1. This is equal to, if we arrange the term of this equation, Then we get sigma of b0 plus sigma of b1 into beta raised to 1 plus sigma of bn minus 1 into beta raised to 1 raised to n minus 1 plus the next remaining terms are sigma of c0 plus sigma of c1 into beta plus sigma of cn minus 1 into beta raised to n minus 1. This first bracket is the image of the polynomial b0 plus b1 alpha plus bn minus 1 alpha raised to n minus 1. It is given by this equation. Therefore, here we write eta of b0 plus b1 into alpha plus bn minus 1 into alpha raised to n minus 1 plus similarly this is the image of eta of c0 plus c1 alpha plus cn minus 1 alpha raised to n minus 1. Hence, eta of addition of two elements of the field f of alpha is equal to eta of first element plus eta of second element of f of alpha. Hence, eta is homomorphism from f of alpha to L. Therefore, eta is an embedding from f of alpha to the field L. Eta extends the embedding f to f of alpha. Eta is obtained by taking the extension of the field f to the field f of alpha. Hence, eta is an embedding from the extension of f to the field L. This embedding is obtained by considering the field generated by one root of the polynomial alpha over f. This f of alpha is algebraic extension of f by considering only single root of the polynomial px which is irreducible in f. But px has degree n, hence px will have at most n roots, may be same or distinct. By considering that distinct roots, we get the algebraic extensions of the field f. There are n roots of the polynomial px. By considering distinct roots of the polynomial px, because px may have some roots equal or may have distinct roots. By considering distinct roots of the px, we will form the new extension of the field f, and in the same way we will get the new embeddings of sigma, and that are exactly the number of roots of the polynomial px, number of distinct roots of the polynomial px. Hence, we proved the theorem sigma from E to L. Here, E field is f of alpha. See, this eta from f of alpha to L is an embedding, and it is obtained by taking extension of sigma, and is extension of sigma from the field f to f of alpha. This is the extension of f. F of alpha is extension of f. It is found by adjoining one root of px to f, but px have degree n. Hence, it has at most n roots, may be same or distinct, by considering distinct roots of the polynomial px. Because px is irreducible over here, it has n distinct roots. N roots may be distinct or same. By considering n distinct roots, this is one of that root, we get n number of extensions like eta from the another extension of the field f, namely f of alpha 1, f of alpha 2 up to f of alpha n minus 1. If there are n distinct roots of the polynomial px, then we will get n distinct such embeddings from algebraic extension of F to the field L. As degree of Px is n, we will get at most n distinct roots of the polynomial Px. Hence, we get n algebraic, at most n algebraic extensions of F, and by considering that algebraic extensions, we will form such embeddings from the algebraic extension of F to L, and they are equal to the number of distinct roots of the minimal polynomial of alpha. Here the minimal polynomial of alpha is Px. Thank you, students.